The media center of the Accra Sports Stadium closed for a very long time now. When finally is the renovation going to start?
The commentary box?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. You are aware of these issues that, but for the request put in by Accra House of Folk and the FA to hold on with the closure of the stadium for major works because of the league second round, some work would have been going on by now. So all that I can say is that let us exercise some little restraint and allow the league to flow. The minister and the ministry and the NSA are constantly working hard to make resources available to make sure that we put the facilities here in better shape.
Specifically, is there a date you are considering, tentative date you are fixing for renovation to start?
The league has even been suspended. The GACA, PLB, they've come out, and the FA have come out to suspend the league for some time. So I believe that we'll have to engage them again to let us know their program after the suspension, and that will guide us to enable us to give a specific date.
How much is required to get this facility renovated?
For the whole stadium to be properly put in shape, we are not looking at anything less than $50 million.
Anything less than $50 million?
No, we are not looking at anything less than $50 million.
When the stadium was renovated, we spent nearly $32 million to renovate it. And now we need 50.
Refurbished.
When it was refurbished, $32 million was used to refurbish.
$50 million is not a fix. I said no less than. Because as a country, we have allowed this important edifice to deteriorate to this extent. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Every Ghanaian should be ashamed that we allowed this thing to happen. So if we want to bring it back to its original shape, it costs a lot of resources. As you may see from here, this facility is about 60% steel work. All the major columns and so on are all steel. And they have corroded, some beyond even repairs, which calls for total replacement and so on. So it will cost a lot of resources to actually bring back this facility to its original shape.
Have you devised strategies, the sort of funding for this?
A lot of discussions are going on, and I believe we have a very good funding procedure to do the work.
There was supposed to be $2 million for a facility, but where the money has gone to, no one can tell.
Yeah, it's something that I've come to inherit. You know, when I was in Parliament for 12 years, I was a member of the Public Accounts Committee. So I don't take audit reports anyhow. I take them seriously. So when I got the opportunity to serve as the Acting Director General, the first file I called for was the audit file to enable me know the challenges so far as controls and then spending according to laid down principles are concerned. So it was in that file that I located Auditor General's report done as far back as 2012 regarding the support from Anglo Gold to build multi-purpose courts in this country. And the Auditor General's report was so bad. But then, it doesn't call for the individual to be able to tackle this thing. We need to have systems and process in place. The new Public Financial Management Act calls for the establishment of what we call the Audit Committee, which has about 3 external members, 1 board member, and 1 senior management member. So I put pressure on the Director General of Internal Audit Agency to set our committee for us so that we can give them that responsibility to actually delve into the issues to help us come out with recommendations as to how going forward these things will not happen again. It was only yesterday, 8th August, that the committee was inaugurated in my office. And as soon as the committee was inaugurated, that was the first task we gave to them, that they should take the report by the Auditor General, get into details, tell us all the issues, make recommendations to make sure that where there's a need for retrieval, we retrieve. Where there's a need for a reprimand, we reprimand. Where there's a need for recommendation, making sure that going forward these things do not happen again. They do that. I mean, I've given the committee about 2 months to represent their report. So something is being done. It is very, very unfortunate that the reporter, we thank her so much for what she has done. She wants to put us on our toes. And that is the role of the media. But my only challenge is the last paragraph where it says that the reporter spoke to NSA officials and were pleading for time because it is also not true. And I dare the reporter. I've spoken to all my senior management members, all my line directors. Everybody says that he or she has not been contacted. So we are daring the reporter to come out to tell us whom she spoke to and said that the NSA is planning for time to do something. It is not true. It is not true. Something has started on it, and we are working on it.
Retrieving the money, is that the key thing the NSA is going to do?
It's one of the things. If, per the report, which is still the Auditor General's report, I think more work has to be done on it. If there are any retrievers, sure, we recommend. We may not have the capacity to do it, but the appropriate state institution, which is supposed to ensure that if there's a need for a retriever is done, we'll do. If there's a need to make a case, if the committee comes up out to talk about criminalities and so on, we'll do that. Whatever the recommendation the committee brings, we'll make sure that we carry it to its finality, because we need to purge the NSA of certain perceptions by the public.
Thank you very much.